Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Something Slightly Different, featuring myself, the host, Charlie. You might have noticed that there's been a lack of an Ultra Confusion presence over the past 4-ish days. The reason behind that is simple. I was sick, and I was basically passed out the vast majority of the time. Therefore, Ultra Confusion kind of just went, I don't want to say flatline, but I just want to say went quiet. So, I apologize for that, but I am back. I'm almost 100% back. Just got a little bit of sinus stuff left to deal with, but have no fear, I am back. Okay, so of course, to start off the show, we always do this. I know. I should really talk to Pepsi, Mountain Dew, whatever at this point, and say, dude, you need to sponsor me because I'm drinking your stuff every single time I do a video. But, you know, whatever. Anywho, so some of you might have noticed that we posted a review of MonsterCon, both video and written. And the MonsterCon promoter, founder, or organizer has now declared that MonsterCon is dead. And he did it in such a way that was, I don't want to say childish, but sometimes you gotta own up, man. You gotta own up. So, I am saddened to see MonsterCon gone, but it was a shell of what it has been in the past. So, if it was going to continue to be like that, it needed to have a change in name. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to reboot anything, to an extent, an event, something, where it is such a shell of itself, where it probably is even smaller or more rudimentary than it's ever been, you need to change its name. Because you're doing yourself no favors. Anywho, so yeah, I got a bunch of reviews that I need to write up, and those are going to come sometime this week. I'm not going to promise anything tonight because, as I've previously stated, I am still recovering from an illness, so the sweet nectar of life. Ooh, makes me shiver. Let's see here. Some other stuff. You know, the Ouya stuff. Razer has officially said, we have Ouya! And I feel really bad for all those developers out there who thought that Ouya had their back with their Free the Game campaign. And that, I think it was at first, you know, you had to raise like $50,000. And then they changed it to $100,000 through Kickstarter, but you had to have at least 100 backers. Which I found very interesting. And then, you know, basically everyone who's still waiting for money is SOL. Apparently you get half the amount while you're developing. You get like a third of the amount after you release the game, and the last 2/3 of that half in the next 6 months. That's the way it was supposed to be, or something like that. Something close to those numbers. But, as you might be able to tell, when Ouya basically filed for bankruptcy and was looking desperately for a buyer, and Razer came out of nowhere and took it up after, I think, the Chinese TV manufacturer fell through. Razer, there were rumors going, oh my god, Razer's actually going to pay the developers. And then stories from developers were coming out saying, yeah, we got a phone call from Razer saying, unfortunately, you're not going to get the rest of that money. Because, yeah. Which is sad, but at the same time, it's understandable. It's business. It's business 101, mergers, blah, 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 buyouts, blah, 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 blah. Really boring shit. Economics, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Actually, the developers care. But the fact of the matter is, Ouya is in better hands with a much more tried and true company that has a good track record with making solid devices. I do hope that this means that we're going to get Ouya 2.0. As some of you might remember, Ouya was supposed to come out with a new console every year for $99.99. But of course, that one because, well, they didn't know how to market their own machine. They thought their Kickstarter project was going to be enough to market it, and then their public relations slash community manager person would just, I have no idea. We emailed them like once every week, and then once every 2 weeks. Nothing. Nada. Not a damn thing. And I understand. There are some developers out there who, when Alter Confusion emails them, they go, no. We want a review website. And I just go, okay, congratulations. You might find some people, but when you're an independent, you want to get your game out to as many people as possible. I'm not saying that Alter Confusion is the biggest or the greatest out there. I'd like to think that we are the greatest out there. We're definitely not the biggest, but we will definitely review your game to completion, or as close to completion as possible, and give you the hard, honest truth. We're not going to candy coat it for you. And to say we're looking for a real review website is kind of like a kick in the nuts. Not going to lie. But more power to you. Hopefully that game did well, or games. I can't remember. I've gotten quite a few rejection letters for Alter Confusion, so it kind of runs together. Anywho, where the hell was I going? Man, I'm bouncing around. Okay, so we did the MonsterCon thing. We did the Ouya thing. Was there something else I was supposed to tell you? I don't think so. Oh, yes. So I know that in previous videos, I have done the unboxing of the Indie Box in my Something Slightly Different. This time I would like to give the Indie Box an their actual own video. So it's just the Indie Box and not a bunch of other stuff. So that, you know, if you Indie Box people are out there, can actually, you know, I don't know, extend the promotion of your amazing product, because here it is. I will not do it in Something Slightly Different. I will do it in its own video. Tons of games to get through. And to be honest with you, I continue to read the Gary Whitta book, Abomination, and it kind of is taken away from some of my gaming. I'm not going to lie. It's a very good book, which you have to read. You need to go get it now. I think it's on Amazon. It's on Goodreads. It's gone. It might be in. I think it's in bookstores too. You need to get it. It literally, like the first like 20 pages. It's really slow because it's trying to build that backstory. But then when you get to Wulfric, and you can't stop. You cannot stop. I literally have to force myself to close the book at night because I need to read more, but my eyes can't handle it. It's that type of situation. So seriously, go check out Abomination by Gary Whitta, and hopefully he'll write much, much more of that style of book. And now I'm doing crazy hand things, so I think this is good for me to say, I am done with Something Slightly Different for today. Hopefully you will tune in next time, where I'll have more crazy stuff and more hand signals, apparently, because that continues to go on. And then, of course, there will be an Indie Box video that I will be shooting right after this. So be on the lookout for all of that stuff. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you soon.